My tooth hurts and I'm out of practice. Let's try that again. Out? Okay. This background looked nice when I used the camera to do the thing, but I guess you can see the red tape holding it up, so. Anyway, this video is about this. I don't know what just happened. I accidentally hit a button, so I hope it wasn't too bad. Anyway, today's video is about this. These are things I'm trying to pan in, what month was that? May? So for people who don't know what panning is, it's basically using up an entire makeup product, really getting in there, enjoying it. Maybe you just need to get rid of it. Sometimes people do what's called hate pan, where they use something they hate just because they need to or want to. Yeah. This is a lot of stuff. I probably have like a full face in here. Panning doesn't mean that you have to use it like every day. It means that you can use it as long as, like, you know, you finish it up. I'm probably not going to be able to finish up everything in this, but, you know, it's kind of trying. Okay, so item 1. This I've had for a very long time. This is a Physicians Formula. Yeah, even the writing's kind of worn off. You can't really see it because the light. I'm using like a daylight bulb literally wrapped in paper to dampen it, so everything is like slightly brighter than normal, even my face. I've actually put on self-tanner because I got really sick of being pale, and I have a few foundations that I wanted to use that are like a year or two old that are too dark for me, because a while back I thought it was a medium skin tone because I don't burn. It just turns out that I'm basically as pale as a piece of paper, but with enough yellow to call me jaundiced. Not really, that's a joke. So this is the Physicians Formula Light Bronze Pearl Powder Palette Mineral Glow Pearls. It's actually rather, it's pretty. It's actually kind of hard, like, not really hard, but like, say it's like this. It doesn't really kick up any powder, so I guess like it is kind of hard in terms of, it's hard to get like a swatch, so it's kind of light. I'm just digging my hand in here. Actually, there used to be like raised pearls on this, but I guess I've used enough that they're mostly flat. So here is a swatch. It's a little bit darker. I kind of use it like, you know, like kind of, not real where blush is, but like kind of like in between the blush, contour, and highlight, just above where I contour. And then I blend it up here. So this is like, you know, if I want like shimmery bronzer or whatever, it actually is very nice. It warms up quite well. So yeah, I bought this, I believe, 2 years ago. About exactly 2 years ago now. Maybe more. I think it was in March. When I was first getting into makeup. So this is very old and needs to, I mean, I like it. It's just I don't really use bronzer. I never really got into it. It was just, I never even really got into contouring. I didn't really contour that much until I bought like cream contour sticks a few weeks ago. They're, I don't have them here. My light just went south. Anyway, I don't have them here, but they're the Jordana cream contour sticks. They're actually very good. I did not buy the light one, but I have the medium and the dark one, the darker one, because sometimes I like to do something a little bit more dramatic, maybe like cosplay. I don't actually cosplay, but I've like always wanted to. And my throat hurts. And then the medium just for like every day. Yeah. I need to remember to put this over there so I don't talk about it again. Second item. This is also just as old, if not older. My sister bought this at Five Below. I think like 2 or 3 years ago. It's still good, but she doesn't wear makeup. She just bought it because it looked pretty. This is the City Color Sunkissed Trio in Natural Nude. It's a little bit dark for me. The bronzer is absolute shit, so I won't actually be panning that. It's just like, it's super dusty and like super soft and gross. And the highlighter is really nice. I think this is actually the first highlight I owned, but I never really used it. It's slightly dark. There's a swatch. It's like ever so slightly dark. I am wearing it today though, because I'm wearing a BB cream, which I'm also panning, and I will show you later. The blush is okay. I'd actually probably, if I wanted to use this whole thing up and pan it, I'd use the blush as a bronzer and the bronzer as a blush, because you can get away with using like orange blush, but not orange, super orange bronzer. I might actually use the blush, but I'm not sure. I don't really like it. Look at that. It's almost like a contour shade with like a little bit of shimmer. This is now from Tarte. This is it's a cheek stain in Days. This is actually part of a Sephora gift set. That's for a Tarte gift set. It had a little highlighter before they made highlighters. I think they came up with the highlighter later that year. I think it was like 2015. Yeah, 2015. Anyway, this is just like a mini size of it, but I've had it for a long time and I don't want it to go like bad. It smells really good. I kind of want to eat it, but no. As you can, there's just like a teeny tiny bit of product. Basically where the darker pink on the side is where the product is. Actually, I lost the cap to this thing for a while, so like some like the oil and stuff that held it together kind of like slipped out, but here it's like kind of just like really sheer and it looks really wet, and it's actually very pretty, but it's surprisingly pigmented for something so sheer, so I have to be very careful with it, but there's not very much left anyway. And I don't actually like setting my makeup too much, because what happens is that I'll put moisturizer on and my skin will be normal. And if I wear only moisturizer, my skin is normal. But if I put on foundation, what happens is my skin feels really dry. It's not actually, but it kind of feels like I'm wearing like a mask of like dryness, if that makes any sense. And then what happens is I'll actually get oily, and I'm not usually oily, but it only happens when I wear foundation, and I'll get like oily here and here, not on my nose, but like where the pores are, and on my chin, and it'll eat my foundation. I completely just lost my train of thought. Anyway, this is a brow gel. It's from Ardell, and I got this from TJ Maxx, I think 6 months ago, maybe not a year. A while ago, but not like a while ago. I switched out the wand because the other one was super tiny, and it was just like a loose mascara wand, I think from like a dollar store thing that my sister bought a while ago. So, I'm using this one and just kind of like, I'm actually wearing this today, but you can't really tell. My eyebrows are black, but if I do them black, I look like a very grumpy old man. So I don't do them black. I fill them in brown. And this is in taupe, so it's kind of like a grayish blonde shade. So I usually run lighter colored brow gel through my brows and then I run lighter colored brow gel through my brows and then I put powder in them. And yeah, I don't really like doing pomade because it causes me to like overdraw them, even though I own like a lot of pomade. I own one eyebrow powder and it's something I'm trying to pan. What the fuck? Why are you like this? Hey. This is going to be very long. I just realized there are a lot of things I want to pan. This is Revlon BB Cream. This is in light. This is what I'm wearing today. Oh, it's greasy. I know why. I don't know why, but it's like, this thing is like started to separate. It's only about a year old. Probably not even, actually no, a year old. I probably bought this last spring because it was looking for something with like light coverage. But the problem is, can you hear that? It is like it's so fucking weird. It's like, oh, it's gross. Can you see it through the little window thing? It's like pieced. I have to like blend this together with my finger before I can put it on my face. Let's see if it'll do it. Oh, see, like it's like liquidy. And it comes out like liquid and like, honestly, like liquid and foundation turds. It's gross. And then I have to blend it together, and the worst thing is this thing oxidizes like no one's business. Like, it is orange. Anyway. So yeah, it's still like majorly liquidy and kind of gross. Anyway, I've been using it up. I think what happened is that the sunscreen or something is getting kind of old, but I mean, I think I'm almost done with it. I can tell because of that slapping noise. Yep. It's not even like moisturizing or anything like the way a BB cream is supposed to be. I mean, I really like just like light to medium coverage foundations. I'm not really like a full coverage kind of person. Like I don't understand. Like I see a lot of like YouTubers like Taylor Dadela, I think that's how you pronounce it. She always is like talking about like full coverage foundations, and like Laura Lee. I don't understand that really. I mean, like, I don't know if you can tell, but I have like a little bit of a breakout going out here because my pores get clogged sometimes. I have a lot of texture there. But I still just use like maybe a little bit of concealer and like a really light coverage because I prefer like, you know, like the natural skin thing. I hope this goes fast because honestly, I don't really enjoy it. I mean, it's good because I use self-tanner, so you know it's actually my shade. I use the Jergens like instant glow or something in light browns. I usually use like the body lotion, but you know what, I don't like waiting for the tan. They're like 2 or 3 days. Come on, man, I don't remember to do that. I can barely remember to feed my cat. Along with something else in here is found this at the local Dollar Tree, and this is a face powder. It has salicylic acid in it. It's in the shade Toffee. I don't actually know what the exact name is for this stuff, but this is like the most perfect bronzer color. It's kind of deep, but like it really brings like warmth to the skin. It's kind of red. It's like really, really nice. Like warming it up here. Am I wearing this? Yeah, I'm wearing this today. So like the perimeter right here is like a lot darker than the rest of it, but I actually really like it. It makes me look kind of tan. It's nice. I'd probably pan it even if I wasn't trying to pan it, but you know, it's like motivation for stuff. It's not like I'm only allowed to use these things, but I'm trying to use them up. Now for an actual blush. This I bought the same time I bought the other Tarte Cheek Stick. This is a Sephora Collection I can't say the word blush. There we go. This is a Sephora Collection blush in Rose Glow, and it is a hydrating powder blush, although I don't really understand how that's possible. But whatever floats your boat. This, much like the Physicians Formula, is not really like hard, but like it doesn't have any kickback the way you'd like expect something to have. It's like not very loose, I guess. Maybe I don't know, it's weird. I mean, it is like super pretty. It doesn't smudge well, but let's see if we can do this again. That's better. I am wearing this today. You can't really tell though because I went like a little bit heavy with other e.l.f. powder, but I mean, like it's good blush. It's just I haven't really touched it because I always forget to wear blush. And B, I really like these City Color matte blushes. Like this really light pink one. That's usually what I reach for, and I could probably pan that easy if I tried or didn't try. Yeah. This is Wet n Wild concealer that I lost the cap to. It's almost done anyway, but this is the Come Correct Celebrity Concealer in Fair. It's a dupe for the IT Cosmetics one, but I don't know if they're discontinuing it because I don't see it anywhere anymore. I do have another backup of this because they sold it at the dollar store like last summer. Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree has like some really good stuff like the e.l.f. products and sometimes like Wet n Wild and brand name nail polish like Sinful Colors. They have some like decent stuff if you look, so like if you're on a budget you should go like check it out. Also TJ Maxx, because I was at TJ Maxx and they had a bunch of glow kits. I think in the Aurora one, which is not the it's not Moonchild, it's the one that's darker. But it was $25 and I saw on Sephora that it was $20 and I realized that if I had to go to Sephora and buy it, I would not buy it, and I was just buying it because it was there. I have a habit of that, but what I did buy was a Kat Von D eyeshadow primer in medium, but it was like really yellow, so I can use it anyway, even though I'm super pale, and Tingly lip balm, which is it kind of feels like the Soap and Glory Pillow Plump one, the one in the tube, not tube, they're both in tubes, the one in the squeezy tube, and then there was something else, I can't remember, there was 3 things, god, oh yeah, OPI top coat, because for some reason every single one of my top coats is dried up. It's just the basic one, like the regular top coat that has like a slight purple tint. Anyway, speaking of nails, you can't really see it. They look blank, but they actually have a sparkly, like a purple kind of like sparkle matte topper from Revlon that was at the Dollar Tree because I am cheap. Another thing I found at the dollar store, this is an e.l.f. eyeshadow quad in Tantalizing Taupe. It has, you know, I think it's just supposed to be, like, natural, but seeing as, like, spring and summer makes me want to be, like, super natural. Anyway, it has a crease lid, no, a base crease lid and liner shade. Base is, they're basically just all browns except for that one thing, so I just use the entire thing as like setting and then crease shades. This is actually not really that similar, but kind of similar to my 2018 like pan project. Like I have like you know, like things I want to pan each month, and then I have like a bigger kind of pan project. It's the Maybelline Nudes palette, just like the basic one. It's not really going very well because there's not very many options, but I do think I can pan it like once the colder months roll around if I use it every day. Because I don't, when I'm going like to school and places, I don't really put on makeup like, you know, let's be creative. I put it on like, well, I like putting on makeup, but I just want like a basic thing. If I'm hanging around like the house or going somewhere that I, you know, fancy, like fancy. By fancy, I probably mean out with friends to like a fast food restaurant, I'll like go a little bit crazy and maybe like put on like, you know, like deep blue eyeshadow and a blue lipstick. I really do love crazy colored things. God, this video is just full of tangents. More eyeshadow. Yay. This is just, not all of the things in here we're trying to pan. This is just the smaller Coastal Scents on the go palette thing. I bought a bunch of Coastal Scent shadows like when I was first getting into makeup, like winter of like 2014 into 2015. No. 2015 into 2016? Yeah, 2015 into 2016. What I'm trying to pan is the green in here. This is just like a very light, kind of like frosty shade. I broke it and I had to repress it, so some of the dye got mushed around, so it's like darker green along the outsides. It's just like a very pretty, I think this thing is like Sweet Pea or something. It's just a frosty light green, and it's like really nice for like a spring thing, because it is still spring even though it just like got warm and it feels like summer already. It's like somebody's flipped like the hot switch, like up in the clouds or whatever, and all of a sudden it's hot. I went from wearing 3 sweaters to wearing none. Actually, I am wearing a jacket right now. It's like it's not as red as it shows. It's like more crimson. Not crimson, that is crimson, the color in the camera. It's like cranberry. There we go, cranberry. This is a Peak Brow Powder. This is also from early 2016. I guess like this brow powder is supposed to be made with like, it says natural stain brow powder, so I guess this is what's in my brows. It comes off darker than it is in the pan, and the pan is kind of like taupe. It's not very finely melted, it's kind of like rough. But I do like it. I think the tiny container is adorable. This is the Becca Backlight, whoops, the Becca First Light Priming Filter, this is the purple one, ever so slightly like glowy. And I got this last spring, summer in a Sephora play. I like primer, but this one isn't the best. It's not really meant to be like primer. I guess it's just meant to be like a backlight. Another primer. This is mostly in the box because I keep forgetting to fill in my pores. This Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer in Pore Minimizing. Never used to think I had pores. As it turns out, I do. It's in my pan bin. I'll remember to do it because, you know, I'm going in there every day for my makeup. This is another eyeshadow. It's pretty, but I hate it because the sifter is weird, and I've probably spilled about half of it because it doesn't know how to keep itself inside of its pants. Oh, jeez, I shouldn't have had coffee. I don't want to swatch this because it will get everywhere, but, It's not like anybody cares either. It got everywhere. Anyway, there we go. It's extremely shimmery. Kind of looks like an ethereal, like, cinnamon toast crunch. This, actually, ironically, it's in the shade Your Toast. Sorry. I have eyeshadow on my leg now. But this is what I'm wearing in my inner corners. I add, like, some excitement to this. This is an Almay Smart Shade. I got this at the Dollar Tree, too. I don't know if they still sell this, but this is pretty good. It's in medium. But it's light. Let's just be honest. It's light. It has like a tiny bit of a tint to it, but it's like tone adjusting. So even if it's a little bit too dark, it works. Lips. ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip in Echo Park. This is actually a very nice color, and I really like it, but I just don't wear it very often. Let's try to swatch with our opposite end. Yes, that's very smart. It's actually, it is a pretty good, bearing on camera. It's kind of like salmon-y, but, like, it's very nice, and I like it on the lips. And this is actually going to be a fun one to pan, since I actually get it, like, to wear it, and I remember to wear it finally. Is Sephora collection. I, got this last spring. It's with the Sephora order with, Kat Von D. You can see it. This was, like, a free sample. It's Sephora collection lipstick in R04. It's only label on this. I think it's like Rouge Red or something. It's just like a bright red. I think it's orangey, I think. But this one is almost done. First time I ever used up an entire lip product. I have copious amounts of lip product. Do you ever just like realize that like your collection is just like done and you don't need any more, even though like you would like more? This is a Tarteist. It's kind of dirty because it was smashed with some black eyeshadow. I don't actually know the name of the shade, and it's not on here anymore, but it's a Tarteist matte lip paint, not the creamy matte. Like, this is the one that dries down. I took the stopper out of it already. It's a little bit darker, so it might be more like suited for it's this one. It looks brown compared to everything else, but it's not. It's more rosy. It's more like a winter color, but I want to, like, you know, get it done over with. It is like a nice color. It's slightly drying, but it's not like overly drying. I remember the ColourPop liquid lipsticks and the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream were like some of the worst liquid lipsticks like ever. This is kind of like an optional pan. This is Belle PR Mineral Brush in Desert Rose, and it is a fuck ton. I don't think I'm ever going to finish this. So that was everything. I am panning in May, the 28th of April right now, I believe. So I'm actually starting right now because why not? I've actually been using these for a few days, but hopefully I can finish them by the time June rolls around, and then I can move on to using other things. So if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike button, and maybe hit the red subscribe button. It'd help me a lot.